Greetings from New York. I'm Bruce Adolphe, sitting here in my composition studio on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, and I'm greeting you all in Italy because I'm delighted that there's going to be a performance under the direction of Marcello Parolini of some of my music, and I'll say a few words about those pieces. I know that one of the pieces is going to be something I wrote a long time ago called My End is My Beginning, based on the work of Machaut. And Machaut, who lived in the 14th century, great French composer, wrote a piece, a very charming, brilliant construction called My End is My Beginning. And what it is a baseline palindrome over which there is a crab canon, generating three voices. The crab canon is a line of music that can be read in both directions, the way crabs walk sideways, you know. So this crab canon, which is like a palindrome canon, means that one singer starts at the beginning of the line and the other starts at the end of the music, and they read backwards, and it works beautifully. Underneath it is a palindrome, which is only performed in one direction, but once you get halfway through, it turns around and goes backwards on itself. So, of course, my end is my beginning, and he also wrote the poetry, which I'm not using at all, and the poetry is also about how an end is a beginning. So that's the beginning of the concert, not the end, I don't think. I wrote that a long time ago, I think maybe 35 years ago, and I'm glad it's still being performed. The other two works are movements of a bigger piece that is quite recent, movements written in memory of friends of mine in music who were great artists and who died in recent years. None of this has to do with the pandemic. I wrote the music before that started. One piece is dedicated to the memory of David Golub, who was a fabulous pianist, a wonderful pianist and a very dear friend. And actually, David spent a lot of his time in Milano, because his wife was Italian, Maria Mino. David Golub often played a particular Schubert impromptu, as an encore especially. So I took that Schubert impromptu and I used it as the basis of this tribute to David. The piece by Schubert haunts what I wrote. It appears and disappears and it appears and it disintegrates. It kind of comes apart and then stops in the middle, like David's life. He died when he was only 50 years old. When there was a memorial service for David, I played this as a piano piece and then recently recomposed it and expanded it for the ensemble that you will hear in Italy. Also, the other one is a movement dedicated to Milton Babbit, who died when he was 94. He was one of my composition teachers at the Juilliard School of Music in New York. Milton is a famous composer for writing extremely difficult, hard to understand, and even hard to like music. Some of it's beautiful, but a lot of it is very intense, very demanding, and certainly not entertaining. And also very difficult for the musicians. So what did I do? I didn't do what Milton does, or did. What I did was get at his real personality, which was a funny, witty, extremely clever, brilliant man who spoke in very large paragraphs with footnotes, it seemed. And he loved jazz, and he also loved car mechanics, basketball, fast food, popular music, and classical music, and extremely difficult modern music. So the piece I wrote in his memory is a jazzy, funny, entertaining piece that uses aspects of his own difficult music in a kind of wry, comedic way. I know he would have liked it because I knew him very well. Well, I hope you enjoyed the concert, and I wish I could join you and be there. I hope to hear a recording. Thank you so much, and thank you, Marcello Parolini, very, very much for doing this. Bye-bye and good luck.